Friday. Yay. So, happy weekend. I don't know if you guys watch Leaving Babylon, but I just watched her last video. My mind is pretty blown. I mean, I feel personally like the end is like culminating, and not the end most Christians are thinking is coming. Like they think it's like Armageddon, that we're getting close to the mark of the beast and the trumpets. I just don't believe that anymore, you know? Like, Jesus returned. He said he would. So all of those things have already happened. And now nothing has hit truth and struck a chord in me as being so true. Well, more than the fact that Jesus already came and reigned for 1,000 years, like he says explicitly in Revelation, but that we're past that, and that's being hidden from us because we're in this short season where Satan's been released to deceive the world. Has he succeeded in deceiving the world? Yeah, he has. I would say everybody was asleep for sure. And a lot of people are waking up, and we're all kind of on different stages of waking up. And there are some that don't want to wake up. Whatever it may be, I don't know what their reasons are. But I don't know why it matters that we know the truth, except that for sure we shouldn't be involved in any banding together to fight any area of land on this earth, because it could very well be that they are going up against the camp of the saints and they're going to be destroyed. And we don't want to be involved in that. I mean, for no other reason than we don't want to be destroyed. And we don't want to be on the wrong side. So, I mean, being destroyed, I mean, I don't mind this existence as we know it coming to an end. But I don't want to be on the wrong side of that, that's for sure. So I wonder, I don't know, will Jesus followers go up against the camp of the saints? Like, it's possible, but like knowing God has a lot to do with loving truth. And I don't know if you can truly love God and not be a truth seeker. Because God is truth. And he puts that love for the truth in you. And you want truth, like, at all costs, if you truly love God. And I am definitely not even close to a perfect human being. Like, no. I have daily struggles with keeping my sanity. And, I tend to excuse a lot of that because I went through hell. But, I've recovered from a lot of that, and I still have a hard time. And I think the rest of it just has to do with, I just don't think this is how we're supposed to be living. And I certainly don't think we should be living without a community of family, people that can help you raise a family and have like a community where you raise food, you barter with each other. I mean, the way Satan set it up, it has put us all very isolated from each other, but then we have this false sense of connection through the internet, but it doesn't help us in our actual life. It may help us learn truth and connect with other people that are learning truth, which is something. there's something to that. I get something out of that. It doesn't help me with my day-to-day though. Still stuck in the rat race. And I don't know why I can't be okay with it. Like, it's just because, well, I'm bitter about it, to be honest. And jealous of everyone I see that has family, but then they also has a family, but then they also have family that is somewhat stable, available to help, and is like responsive and emotionally aware and intuitive enough to be like, hey, I know how hard it is to be in your position. Why don't you let me take the kids for the night? Why don't you and your husband have a date before, before your family falls apart due to stress and lack of outside help? Because that's what tends to happen. Like, you start getting kind of bitter about how hard your life is and how hard your job is, and you start questioning like all your life decisions because it's just not manageable. So that's where I get stuck. So God put me in this position for some reason, and maybe there is a purpose. The only purpose I've been able to weed out from having such a hard life, being the scapegoat in a narcissistic family, is something else to recover from. It's a special kind of torment for not just the 18 years that you're stuck there, but even after, because then you don't have support, you don't have a mom to call, you don't have support when you find love and start trying to have a family of your own. You don't have that community, which is a family, and that's what they're supposed to do, and they're supposed to want to. They're not supposed to be so worn out and traumatized and addicted to substances trying to escape that they can't even tell that they should be doing that and helping you, and that's where their stage of their life is right now. It's just a lot. This life is a lot. And I sense, because I'm kind of an empath, whether by being traumatized to where I had to be very hyper aware of what other people were feeling, thinking, about to do, or if that's just how God made me, because I also just am that way. I'm able to sense what people have gone through, are going through, are going to do sometimes, and it's just that might be one of my spiritual gifts. I don't know. Or it could have come from trauma, and that could have been part of God's plan, but nonetheless, I said all that to say, it's possible that if you have a super hard life, it makes you a truth seeker because you have no stability in your life. So you go searching for truth around you, including, God. Like, who is he and what's he really stand for? Because we know I can't believe what my mom has said, or my dad has said, or what the church has said, or what someone has told me the Bible says. But we actually go reading the Bible, and we actually go look at what we've been presented and challenge it as if it could be lies, because it always could, right? Like, lying's a thing. So who would ever think everything being presented to me has to be true? Unless you're just totally trusting of this system and this realm and the controllers that control it. The only way you would be that trusting is if you never had your trust severely broken to the point of, I don't trust anyone or anything. And then you might go on a truth rampage trying to figure out what is true, because I have nothing else. So if nothing else, that's what trauma and a horrible life could have given me. And that could be what part of God's plan was. Like, I don't know. That's why I say God is in control. Do I always know that in the moment? Definitely not. Do I always trust that? It becomes hard to. It becomes hard to when I look around me, and he said, don't compare, right? So there would be another sin, right? Comparing, like, well, that mom has, look at her in-laws help her, her mom helps her, her sisters help her. Isn't that nice? That's so nice. That's what I need. I need a freaking break. And even when I get a break, I'm still only good during the break. And then when I come back to reality, I'm like, oh man. So I don't know what I need. Not necessarily. I just think it's all wrong. Like everything the way it is wrong. Families being split apart during the day for most of their lives. They grow apart. They get stressed. They're carrying too much. Some may be carrying too little, or some may be hyper-focusing on one thing and not on other things, whereas they need to be splitting up their priority list, you know, in a way that can keep everything thriving. And like being really aware of how other people are doing and taking it seriously enough to where you do something or say something or inquire, like, do you need something? Do we need to take a couple weeks off? Like, my job's not more important than my family. My job's not more important than you and your mental health. So what do we need to do? Like, not just saying, well, I don't know what to do. Okay. Well, I don't either necessarily, but like, I also feel like no one fucking cares. And I've kind of always felt that way. And I know that's not true. Even people that don't know me care, because I know that, because they write comments, you know, like, people care. I get it. So, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead and let myself feel that as love. Because I've noticed I'll find a way to not accept love, care, concern, help even. Because when it comes down to it and somebody may offer or do something, it's more like, oh my gosh, do I actually, like, is it that bad? Do I need to, like, run away? Well, I've never been offered, so, like, I don't for sure know. But if my in-laws said, hey, I don't know what you need, but if you really are overwhelmed, it's okay. We're retired. We're physically healthy. Let us help you. Do you want us to stay with you for a month? 2 months? Like, would that help? Or just tell me what you can do, or at least care. I mean, I'm not saying they haven't done anything, because they have. In fact, financial help has been given, and multiple, like, gifts of just things, food, things like that. So, like, and that may be their way of showing they love us and care. But, like, for me, like, that's not enough for me, because that doesn't, like, we eat, like, we're going to survive. And maybe money isn't, like, what we need. We're already going to, like, extremely downsize our house. Like, I love our house, and I love my woods here. These are like all my woods that I get to go explore. And I'm going to be sad to leave it, because this was my dream. And I hadn't really even got started making it into what I want to, even though I don't know how. I was gonna dig a pond next to the creek. I'd already had the, like, I forget what you call them, but one of the divisions of the city come out and look at my land and tell me, like, where to build, you know, where to build a pond, dig a pond. So I was gonna start on that. A lot of work. I was gonna do it by hand, and I don't mind working. I love it. I love me some good hard work with a goal, and I love reaching that goal, and that's, like, what keeps me going. I don't have nearly enough projects going on, but when finances are, like, literally what keeps you from really being able to go, okay, well, this is what I need, and I'm gonna get it so that I can do this, and you kind of feel stuck. And some of it may just be my own barriers. Well, first of all, it's kind of hard to really get a project going and completed that's a serious one. When you have, like, first of all, health issues, second of all, multiple children under 6, it's like a big endeavor. It's a big endeavor. Even going out to, like, dig up the pond. Like, is anybody gonna let me go over there and, like, hack away at that ground, move rocks, and dig every day for probably months until I get that ground dug out enough for it to become a pond? Like, my mind doesn't really see it as possible, so I'm also kind of like, yeah, it'd probably be just better to hire somebody to bring a tractor or digger out here and excavate that and just get it done in like one day. I wouldn't mind doing it by hand. I just don't know if I have the time. And I have not started on chickens either because, you know, you got to buy like a bunch of equipment to saw things, and probably like a nail gun, probably, you know, there's just a few things that I would have to buy. And you can't, like, I can't rationalize that when we can't barely afford our mortgage. Even though we got loaned money, I can't go spend that loaned money because we're not sustainable here. So I don't see any reason to, like, really put down roots. So what we need is what a lot of people have figured out. And we need something super cheap that has water. And we either need to build or just buy, like, something just barely livable and just live in that. That's all we need, because I don't see end times type situations coming. So maybe I don't even need to, like, do that for survival. Whereas before I kind of thought, like, this is going, before I knew where we were at in the timeline, I was like, we got to get a farm going. We need animals. We need a source of water. But, like, even though I don't think the end's coming, that's still what I want to do, because that's still, like, part of living on the land. And that's what my genes, my genetics, my soul wants to do here. Like, I think that's what we're just designed to want to do. And then just knowing that everything we're buying isn't what, you know, as good as they say. Even the free range stuff is probably not, because they find out how to bend the regulations, and you end up paying more for the free range stuff, and it's probably not even. We know they've done that with all the organic stuff. Like, they fight against everything just to make more pennies, because this world revolves around money and profit. So it's really screwed us. So I just really would love the Amish lifestyle. So I just thought, you know, get myself into that kind of life. But gonna have to move again first. And I don't know where to move. I don't know if I should move just somewhere here local, because the friends that I've made here, like, can't be beat. Most of them are at least somewhat awake. Several of them are, like, I don't want to say as awake as me, because I probably still have more waking up to do that I don't even know about yet. But, like, I felt like I hit the end of the rabbit hole whenever I learned that we are in the short season. Like, what else is there to know? That explains everything. Now the Bible makes sense. Now the Bible can be taken literally. And everything makes sense. Why they lie about everything. And why they're hiding land. And why they had to say the earth is a shape that it isn't, so that they could confuse us and hide things. So that became clear when I watched this latest video too. It's like, it's on the maps. Like, how did we not see that before? And it's because truth had to unfold in a certain order for us to even be able to grasp what that landmass is that they're hiding over there between Alaska and Russia, and why, you know, Greenland is being sought after and all these things. Like, it all makes sense now. But now what? Now what? Like, are we allowed to go there? Because, like, if so, I want to be on the ship. Like, now. I'm ready. Like, let's get as ready as we can be. Bring as much food as we can. Some fishing poles. And let's go see what's up. But are we allowed to? Are we going to get shot down? Like, I don't know what would happen. But, you know, I'd like to meet Jesus or die trying. Because this is not an easy life. And there is a Bible verse in Revelation, I don't know exactly where, but it does say, like, telling the church, like, to come. Like, come be with me where I am. Like, come. Is he saying to us here in the short season to come to where he is? And if so, would like no one stop us and we could just get there and it'd be fine? Have people done that already? Like maybe that's our way out. Maybe we're just over here slaving away in this rat race voluntarily and we don't actually have to be here. Like that's possible. So I think there's a nonprofit being developed where, you know, some of us that like know what's going on and have suspicions about what's out there are going to get together and get out there and see what's there so we can know, like, because there's nothing more valuable than actually boots on the ground, like all this research, just seeing with our own eyes, like, is it real? And then the implications of that, like, certainly we wouldn't come back unless we aren't welcome there, or unless it's veiled in some way, like we're not, like maybe we're supposed to stay over here and be in this system and struggle through it till the end. I don't know. I just know that this does not feel like how God intended families to live, to struggle through life, to be. Like our generations in the past 250 years have they've been going through a battle. So I don't even blame my parents anymore. I used to think you guys are real pieces of work. You really screwed me up. But now I'm like, oh, you were really screwed up. That sucks that you were that screwed up that you took it out all out on me and didn't probably even know that you were doing that. But yet it did get taken out on me, and I feel that. And I probably got several generations worth of trauma dumped onto me. With no siblings to like, hey, mom's crazy today. Like, you know, nobody to talk to about it. Just feeling like I am such a bad daughter. Like that's how I grew up. And then I realized nothing was wrong with me. I was just a victim of their abuse, and they were unhealed. And they're still unhealed as far as I know. Otherwise they would be reaching out and be aware of what they did. Like I'm aware of how I've been as I've been raising kids, and I'm actively like trying to process trauma and not repeat cycles, generational cycles, and break those generational curses. Like I'm not saying it's easy or that I've done that perfectly, but I'm actively trying. And I'm like, when I know that it slipped and I was like slipping into old ways, like I apologize. Maybe not every time, because sometimes I don't even know. Like if I just am in a bad mood, like what can I do? Like